Ladies and gentlemen, this conference is about to begin. Please turn off your mobile phone or put it on vibrate mode when the speech begins. Thank you. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the second day of 2023 IPLOOK Global Partner Summit in Asia. My name is Sarah and it's my great honor to be with you on the second day of the conference. Yesterday we talked about SIM, MVNO, 5G FWA, and today let's kick off the first topic, private network. So please give a warm applause for Mr. Frank Lee, head of IPLOOK's Istanbul branch. Tell us the mystery of private network. Please welcome.
Morning. Good morning, everyone. So this is like the second day, and I wish you enjoying the yesterday. So firstly, as the second day, I want to thank you for the sponsors. Thank you for your knowledge. So yesterday we have 3 sponsors. We have LinkSphere, the eSIM solution and the MVNO operation. And also we have New World, we have the billing part, BSS, OSS. And we have Havilong, the terminal. So it's like for travelers, purchase and go. So it's like combined solution. And also I want to say thank you to the coming 2 sponsors today, Ribbon for the voice part, and also we will have Junosoft today. And also thank you for the attenders, and it's your participation, so make this Congress successful, and we can unlock more opportunity. And thank you for the online attenders remotely. So as a start of today, I want to have some warm up and share some opinions of yesterday. So is there any volunteer to share some feelings about yesterday? So if there is no one, then I'm going to catch somebody. Okay. So just kidding. So here, Thailand, we all know like less relaxed, right? So about yesterday, what we know. So for me, from LinkSphere, the most impressive one is come for me, right, Patrick? So if somebody, they need eSIM, they need data, they need connectivity, then come to you. And also the New World, as we always know, is professional for the billing part, BSS, and the Havilong, the different type of 4G, 5G terminals. As I mentioned just now, so is for the travelers. We have the channel for travelers, and we have products for travelers. So for my topic, firstly, I want to have a brief introduction. So I'm Frank, and now I usually based in Istanbul, and I'm the head of IPLOOK Istanbul branch. So in terms of Istanbul, it's Turkey. So what we all know about Turkey. So the first one is Turkey is actually, there is no 5G. Turkey actually is a very big market for the subscriber base, they have around more than 80 million users, 80 million people, but now still is 4G or 4.5G, actually is 4G plus. So for the base station companies today, we have Hetera, right? So it's like we can say it's big potential. So for 4G, we all know what happened there is like the price for 4G network is really like non-profit, is a low profit. But so how the supply is going to survive? So 5G. So because the economy there, I think 5G for public usage may be slower, but I believe after the 5G auction, then there will be some private 5G, right? Now the operator, they are still talking about private LTE, but after the 5G license open, I believe will be private 5G. Then is also MVNO. MVNO, they are growing there. So for MVNO, if they require something, then we will say, okay, so go to Linksfield, go to Patrick, right? And then is the average revenue per user there. As we know from the airport, for the travelers, like 1 month's usage, then it's around 50 USD or more than 50 USD. But last part could be a challenge about Turkey because they are speaking Turkish. They are not speaking English. So this could be a challenge. So this is just an advertisement about Turkey. Then we will start today's topic is private network. So private network, from the name, it implies is private network. So when we date back to the origin of private network, we can see that it comes from like for military service. So it's for security, right? I think today we have also a professionalist in this field, the communication for military. And then now, today, what we want to talk about is private cellular network is actually for different application scenario is being to used by the enterprise, different enterprise. So yeah. So what we're going to talk about is the private cellular network. For this this name or this phrase, then we have different understanding and different definition. So I will show someone. So the first one is people say that private cellular network is dedicated local on-premise network. So here the keywords is like the on-premise. So why people they need private network is because they want to differentiate the public network and the private network. So it means we need to put the equipment, all the things locally. But then now we realize that actually it's not only the on-premise network, because we all know what happened for AWS, for Microsoft. So they purchased some some companies providing the equipment, and they could install the network actually part on the cloud and a part on premise, on site, I mean. Then the second definition is they say that a local area network, which is licensed or unlicensed. So this could include the Wi-Fi, right? Is from the technology they use for private network. But the one my favorite is from the GSMA. It's like a private cellular network. It's where network infrastructure is used exclusively by devices authorized by the end user organization. So this one is like they are talking about the business model. So this network, they are operated by the end user, by the enterprise, even include the provisioning. We say that like creating some new users and the whole operation of this network. So this one is the one I think is more precise to describe the private network, the model they use. And here is also a diagram about private network. So we can see from here the enterprise, they will have all the different modules for private network. So that is what we can expect for private network. So according to some sources, then this one, they say that in 2020, the market share of private network is 1.5 billion. Then by 2025, for 5 years, then it will grow to 5.2 billion. So it's like a big increase for this private network. And the average growth rate is around 28%. This is only one source. And the other one from the other consultant company is, they say in 2023 is like 7 billion. Then by 7 years later, in 2030, is over 100 billion market size of the private network. And the other interesting number is 50% of the revenue will go to the integration service. Means like the SI, system integrator, they will have this percentage for the private network business. That is the business model. So for this one, what I want to say is about the private network, who will build the private network, who will help to do this deployment or installation. Then we can we can separate, or we can separate the providers by 4 categories. So the first one is the traditional one. The traditional one is the carrier grade or the telecom operators, including the most active one like Verizon, Rakuten, and Vodafone. Those telecom operators, they will be in charge of the installation for the whole private network. So the second one is the OEMs or carrier service provider. We call them secondary supplier. It's actually the big equipment supplier in this telecom industry. It's like Nokia, Ericsson, and also other big vendors. Then the third one is the enterprise themselves. So the enterprise themselves, including the Daimler, BMW, and the Bosch, those like Germany traditional big giants in the manufacturing business. And then the last one is alternative service provider. So this category mentions the system integrator. And here in this picture, we compare the market share of those 4 4 categories. So we compare the 2020 and 2021. So we can see the difference. The first one is the operator itself. The operator from 21%, and they decrease to 60%. So their market share here is like they are decreasing. Then also the big suppliers like Nokia, Ericsson, from 40% to 37% is actually like similar, no big difference. But the biggest difference could be the third one and also the fourth one. So the third one, enterprise themselves, from 7% to 27%. And then the enterprise is, they are decreased from 32% to 20%. They are also decreasing because the 5G is like more complicated and also different technologies, so they are decreasing. So where does the market share go? So they go to the system integrator. We also name them alternative service provider. From 7%, they increase to 27%. So from this comparison, then we know that for last few years, the rising of non-traditional companies, including some notable ones like Escom and Celular and Villicom, like those companies. And we can also try to notice those two companies. Now they are acquired. Escom, they are acquired by Cellnex, and the Villicom, they are acquired by the BAI. So we can try to remember those two companies, and later we will mention them again. So then we can see that the telecoms and the operator, they have some inability to seize the opportunity for private enterprise. And as the liberalized approach to spectrum or frequency license, then also some other players were joining in this business. Then is the rising players, right? The alternative service provider. And also the other one is the neutral host company. So what is neutral host company? So the two, I mentioned Cellnex, and the other one called BAI. So they are neutral host companies. It's kind of like the China Tower, but also a little bit different. Like in European countries, the building of the base station and the tower and the power supply, they are managed by some investors. So they will invest for high capex those infrastructure, and they will rent to the operator. But now they are trying to change. They want to change the business model. They don't want just like the rent. They want to know some content, have some precise business model. And so when we compare those different suppliers of private network, then we can make some summarization for what kind of, we say, enablers or factors to make those enterprise select different solution, different players. So the first one is the rising players, like alternative service provider. They adopted some platform to monitor the network or do orchestration of the network. So to manage the life cycle of the whole network. So they have this kind of platform. And the second one is they will leverage the open source technology to to drive down the cost of the network deployments. So this open source may be not good news for some companies, but I believe they have better options. They have like IPLOOK, right? So it's commercial products, but also we cut down the cost. Then the third one is they developed the strong vertical expertise, and they know what the clients they really need. And the fourth one is they acquire or they lease the spectrum for connectivity, so they can anyway they can acquire the frequency license, right? And lastly is they support multi-network environments. So it's inside a solution, they already tested like different suppliers. So they allow more competition in it, but also they will try their best to maintain the quality of their solution. Then we will talk about some use cases. So before the use cases, so we know that private network, we have different technology. We have from Wi-Fi, right? And also from Wi-Fi to LTE, from LTE to 5G. So now what you are talking about today, private cellular network, is it only like a private 5G? Is it the only reason or the only factor to affect today's private network business? So it's not true. We have some data from GSA, is Global Mobile Suppliers Association. And after checking over 350 private network deployments, including some trial, some pilot deployments, some commercial launches. So among those 350 private networks, LTE is used in over 64%. So it's like over half of them are still private LTE, including the one we mentioned just now. So the Turkey operator, when they when they tell us they want private network solution, they are still talking about private LTE. And then 5G is deployed in 44%. So we plus them, then we found that, okay, so it's over 100%. It's 108% of technologies they use. So where does the 8% comes from? Because the enterprise, they will use the combined solution, LTE combined 5G. They will upgrade gradually. It's not swap them just suddenly. It's gradually. And then the application scenario. We know that the private network, they have different application scenario. So we rank the different application scenario. We found that three of them are accounting the most part of the use cases. So the first one is the manufacturing companies, including the car manufacturers and the other different kind of products manufacturers. And then it's the warehouse and logistic companies, like the port and the warehouse of the express, different kind of big companies. And then it's the public venues, including the stadium, like the football stadium, the basketball stadium, and the different kind of this place. So we see the details of them. The manufacturing companies, the detailed application scenario is, the first one is predictive maintenance of factory machinery. It's some sensors, right? Some sensors in the in the factory, and you can monitor the status of the machinery. And second is the AGV, so send the parts of the products to different place automatically. Then is the intelligent video analytics for the employees, for workers' safety. So this one is rely more on uplink. So we know the now the 5G, the uplink is one of the biggest advantage for those enterprise. Then is the VRXR solution for training to experience the real production. And the last is real-time defect detection using computer vision. It's like in the database, so you can see very vivid diagram of the whole factory, and you can locate the defect very quickly. And the second one is warehouse. Warehouse, the first one is the automated robots for pickup and the stock. Is the robots to moving the stock, and then is the intelligent solution for perimeter safety. Then is the real-time tracking of assets in warehouse. Then we got a smart fleet management. So fleet is in some port, they manage the ship, the fleet, and to control the entry and the exit logs. Then the last one is the digital twin for efficient operation and improve the space management. So here the digital twin actually is not a new concept. So does anyone know what is the digital twin? So digital twin is kind of we change the physical things. It's like a sensor, right? We just translate the data collected by the sensor into the digital things. So you can see it on the computer. So this is a digital twin. And lastly is the venues. So the first one is wayfinding solution. We all have experience in some big shopping mall or somewhere else. We will see the big screen, right? And we can find the different shops inside it, the location. Then is the intelligent video. It's just like the manufacturing application. Then is the digital synergies for also this is kind of like location and other advertisement information inside the stadium. Then last is smart parking solution. So inside the shopping mall, usually the location is a big problem for them. Then we will see some specific use cases. So this one is BMW recruits NTT and Intel for private 5G test site to drive Industry 4.0 gains. So this one, the interesting part is, so BMW, this case happened in Germany, but we all know like NTT, they are a Japanese operator. So how they gonna to make this happen in Germany with Intel? So let's see the background. So in Germany, in 2019, they released the frequency license from 3.7 to 3.8. So this is like a free frequency. So all the enterprise, they can acquire this frequency by themselves. So like BMW, they can apply to use it. And then in 2021, they released the other, we call millimeter wave, the other frequency range for the enterprise. So this makes BMW, they can just deploy it without the participation of the local operator. But why NTT, they can approach these German manufacturer companies? It's because NTT actually in like 2015, they purchased a data center company in Europe. So they manage the data center. They have applications of the enterprise in the data center. So they make it the automate outdoor target chains to ferry the parts to different production sites. This is the first application scenario they use. And the second one is they make the secure deployment for some simulation of the automatic production in this case. So this is the one, like they can acquire the frequency, the enterprise. And then the second one is like Chunghwa Telecom. They announced the success of its 5G private network deployment in Thailand for a Taiwanese manufacturer. It's called Delta Electronics. And this project, they also working with the third mobile operator called National Telecom in Thailand. So this one is the background. We can see the three mobile operator. So at the beginning, Thailand, they have 5 mobile operator, but then they combined. So the second one and the third one, they combined the True and the DTEC. And the fourth one, fifth one, they combined together into this National Telecom. Then those 3 mobile operators, they got 48 5G frequency license in 2020. So including the millimeter wave, 26 gigahertz, and also 700 megahertz and 2.6 gigahertz 5G frequency license. So they got license. Then Chunghwa Telecom, they collaborate with Delta Electronics in Taiwan. So when it comes to the Delta Electronics Thailand factory, then they collaborate again and they negotiate with the local operator. They are using the frequency to deploy the private 5G network. And the application scenario they are using, the first one is they are using some AR for remote collaboration, remote control, including the chaining, also some equipment control and inspections. So the second one is always like the AGV to move the parts, move the different things in the factory. Then the third one is like the one layer is a system integrator. They make it to deploy the secure private 5G at 2 of Israel's leading hospitals. So they are talking about the hospital. And the background is also 3 mobile operators in Israel. They got frequency license like 3.5 gigahertz, 700 megahertz, and 2.6 gigahertz for 5G. And then also the enterprise, they don't have frequency by themselves, but they can apply the frequency for private LTE or 5G. It's not only 5G, LTE is also as one of the technology for private network. So when we see the players here, we can see that, okay, so one layer is the system integrator, and this hospital, I forgot the name, but the right one is the hospital. Then the supplier of the equipment is from Nokia and also the other company called Cellcom. So they combine together to make this solution. And what they do in the hospital. Why they need it? So the first reason is they can map the connected device from the cellular protocol to like IP-based world. So they can monitor or control the terminals from the internet end. And this is the first reason. And the second one is the hospital, they are also trying to maintain the security of the network connection, and also the speed of the internet, and the patient data. They will have sensor to collect the data from the patients. So for all those three cases, we can see that a different country, different way to play, right? So for the countries like Germany or even Japan, they have a frequency, or also other countries, they have a frequency. So they can just do it by enterprise. Enterprise will lead the deployment. But for countries like Thailand, then operator, they own the frequency, but they can work with the operator. And this one, the operator owns the frequency, but the government, they open for the temporary use of the frequency. Then is what IPLOOK can enable our partners and customers. So the first one is we have like the first definition of a private network. We have on-premise and the compact deployments, which deployed locally for the enterprise. It's like a 5G and 4G. They have a geographical user interface and easy to operate, and they are different technology combined, make the smooth upgradation for the private network. Then it's just one of the application scenario for locally with the common hardware, HP, Dell, or Intel, anyone. And this is just one appearance, but we also support other smaller, maybe just a board, a server board, then we can deploy locally. But also is because it's like the chant for the cloud companies like AWS and Azure or other maybe Alibaba, different cloud company. They are trying to move part of the network on the cloud. So we also support the hybrid cloud, which is part of them locally, but part of them as public cloud, but they were managed by the cloud company together. So in this way, the enterprise, they can access the network for all the elements, including terminal, equipment, core network, base station, remotely configuration, and remote monitoring. So then is any questions for the private network? So if there is no question, then I have some question. Okay, please.
How do you see the market
Private network. So this is like a private network, just similar as the Thailand one, right? So in Thailand, all the public operator, they own the frequency. So we need to work with them. So work with them, and we select some alternative service provider, and they negotiate with the operator. Then we deploy it. So I think we still have the way to figure it out. Yes.
So what is it 6 operator, right?
Yes. Yes.
Offer the frequency, authorize the frequency.
Yeah. So this should be from the operator. Yeah. Okay, so for me, the first question is what advantages do telecom operators have for private network? So anyone to share some opinion on this question? The advantages for the telecom operators. So the first one could be, like Ben asked, could be like the frequency or spectrum they own, right? So here, we say like telecom, they have a lot of advantages, but the three key elements could be the first one, they have a very strong relationship with different suppliers, including the OEMs, I mean the equipment supplier, and including the cloud players, like some public cloud or hybrid cloud or private cloud companies. And then it's the integrators, they have good relationship. Second one is like the frequency they own, right? And they own the network, they have the complete ownership for all the network, all the things. The last one is they have some reputation in this field. So we all know they can make the network happen. So we all know that if they promise they can do it, then they will do it. But also the second question, so is the private enterprise opportunity getting squeezed for the telecom operator? Because as I mentioned just now, they have four categories. Except the telecom operator, we have three different categories. They can manage this business. They can manage the installation. So will operator feel like it's big competition? We need to kill them all. We need to own this business by ourselves. So here, the first feeling is like, although the operator, they have big advantages. They have three key elements we mentioned just now, but they are struggling to capitalize on it because in the end, the operator, they need to calculate, like, will this become to profit, make money? And then they found it's not easy to capitalize. And they have like external and internal different factors and contributed to this. So the external factors, the first one is the enterprise. They are not convinced that the telecom operator, they have sufficient experience and capabilities to deliver a private network as they promise. So they know they have ability to deploy the network, but maybe they don't know the application scenario, the pain points of the enterprise. And then it's the second reason, second factor. So many large enterprise globally, they have acquired this spectrum to set up their own private network. So this is for operator, the enterprise actually they have it. And the third one is the 5G standards keep changing. So like the network slicing and the ultra low latency use case is still like growing. And the big operator, maybe they are not ready to go into this field. Then the fourth one is the strong competition to telecoms from different solution provider. This is external factors for operator. Also the internal factors. So for internal factors, the first one is they require a fundamental shift to move from being a public operator to only provide the private one. Is for themselves, their team or their capability is not ready. So the second one is they have not put sufficient focus to do it, to develop it. And the third one is the knowledge. The knowledge of them is not good enough, and they don't know some content or some applications like AI or MEC or cloud native. This technology, they just have some of their own, but it's not the industry need. So this is because those external and internal factors. So the other enterprise, they may got chances. So this is all about the private network. And also at last, I want to express some of my own feelings. So we all know the challenge, right? From the telecom operator, from the also the other players in this field. But when we think about something new, then we know that at the beginning, we don't know what will happen. We just do some things as a 1 point, second point, third point. But in the end, we found that the different points, if we connected them, then they combined, okay, we got into the big market. So this is for the vision of this private network. So I think for system integrator, for all supplier, we have very good potentials. So that is all for my today's sharing. So thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Frank. The use cases you mentioned are interesting. And next, let's explore ribbon solution for service provider. So please welcome Mr. Ben Ling, Sales Director at Ribbon.
Okay, good morning, everyone. And yeah, first of all, I want to thank you, IPLOOK and the ecosystem partner here to organize this very meaningful meeting. And yes, and also thanks for from last day I attend the interview, right? The moderators remind me to use a slogan. So I changed the last slide. And now I want to use my slogan here, empower the ecosystem partners to win together to as the topic of today's presentation. Okay. And yeah, I hope everyone have an exciting life. And most of you have the second round, I believe. Yeah, I also believe. Yeah, you had done good sleep, right? And have a good breakfast. So it's a lot hungry. I want to spend more times to present our solutions. So please, I also welcome to interrupt and have the open discussion and the interaction. Okay, during my presentation. Yeah, my name is Benning. Yeah, I'm the sales director of China. And sorry, next slide. How to press the next slide, please? Okay. Okay. Yeah. So usually I want to share the agenda in the first beginning. Every time I attend this such kind of event, I need to spend 5 minutes, 2 minutes to present about ribbon. What is ribbon? Yeah, you can see the circle here. This is the ribbon logo, and yeah, like to present some use cases in the mobile network evolution, right? And I also share some our very competitive product portfolio for IP and optical transportation solutions, and also with our service provider hosted UC and CC in the industry, right? Okay, yeah. About Ribbon, yeah. First of all, we are an Nasdaq public company, and we have many customers all over the world, and yeah, we have sufficient employee. And the most important I need to highlight here is calculated by the third party, right? And our SPC is ranked as the number one, global number one in the SPC globally. Okay, so we have a very very strong product and solutions, and also as I mentioned just now, we have the very strong IP and optical transportation solutions. Okay, so this is our landscape and our presence, so we can cover global. Okay, and yeah, need to present a little bit here because I think most of you don't know Ribbon, right? But I think most of you maybe know the brands in the left side of this slide, right? First of all, Nortel. This is also my first job after graduate, and yeah, I believe IPLOOK is also maybe some of you know this product, right? And merged into Genban, and in the 2007, Ribbon and another global SBC leader, Sonos, merged together to format a new logo, Ribbon, right? And also, yeah, in the last 3 years, okay, we merged ECI. It is an Israel company to explore the more business, do the cross-selling, right? Okay. Yeah, sorry. Wait. Yeah, do the cross-selling on the so-called secure voice cloud, IMS cloud, and voice part with the transportation part. Okay, yeah. So, and our target is the service provider, right? In the tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and also we focus on the very famous big names in the enterprise segment, and also in the and also exploring the merged solutions for the private network. Okay, I'm very interesting for the use cases that you just mentioned, like John Deere and BMW. This is also Porsche is also our logo, custom logo. Yeah, let's talk more after my present. Okay, so you can see here. First of all, service provider, as I mentioned, most of the names in the world are our existing customer, like Hong Kong Broadband, HGC, and PCW, HKT, right? And in the South Asia, like PLDT, right? And Singtel, and Zhonghua Telecom, okay? And also we have some case studies in Africa and Europe, right? And US is our headquarters, so yeah, there were AT&T and Verizon. So I can show a case studies using our SBCs in Verizon later. And yeah, for the enterprise, some big names like BMW, like Porsche, right? John Deere, right? Okay, and we separate into two segments. Current edge, we so-call the voice, right? And the right-hand side is the transportation, and we focus on service provider and enterprise. And what is the solution for current edge? Here mentioned just a brief introductions. First of all, this is also the topic of our today's event, is the fixed and mobile network, and also the MSO, right? Also the MSO. We are doing the network transformation in the core and the edge, right? And also we have some VoIP applications, and also for the we are helping many service provider to do the exploring their business to do the hosting service for some cloud UC applications. And for the IP optical, yeah, and 5G X hot, and the enterprise DCI, and our core router in the private network should be our focus point, right? And so our product here for the cloud and edge part, we can offer the SBC, our best of bit type in the industry. And also we can offer the signaling and the policy routing, okay. And we have the voice. We have also have the CPE focus on the voice, right? We so-called edge mark, and also we have we can do the IMS. We so-called MGCF and AGCF by using the our soft switch C3 and C20, and with the famous media gateway. That media gateway, some partners asked some questions yesterday. Yes, this previous gen band gateway can do the micro thermal cell, right? Can work as a thermal cell media gateway. Okay, and also our Ribbon and IPLOOK are working on and cases need the application server and the core controller, okay, to doing the NGN migration. And also we can offer some analytics and core trust applications, no matter in the CAPEX model and OPEX model. Yeah. So this is just a brief product portfolio of the cloud edge department. And for the transportation department, we can offer the we don't have the GPON, okay. We can offer the IP and MPLS product, and also the DWDM fiber interconnect product, okay. And on top of it, we can offer the control system Muse, right? It's an SDN controller, okay, for the vertical networks and always and do the we so-called the 5G slicing, okay, use cases through this Muse, okay. And yeah, we can also offer the global support for all of the above product portfolio, and within 20+7 global technical support. Okay, so the I need to go quickly, right? And the second part is mobile network evolution, and you can see the slide almost here is some logo. And so this slide saying that we have a very experience in the world's service provider, okay. And and I also want to share this slide. Yeah, this slide I is some like an ecosystem, right? And also it present our potential to explore more business in the IMS opportunities worldwide. Here show that we have almost 800 IMS opportunities who want to migrate from the legacy 2G and 3G to the 4G and 5G. Okay, yeah, by using the ecosystem solutions, which I list in the bottom. So we have portfolios for the IMS voice network, right? And also IPLOOK and our ecosystem partners can provide it the we so called the EPC 5GC, and also with the radio, with the products in the radio side, right? Here I just mentioned some names. I believe we have many partners and system integrators here, which can bring us many leads and many interactions to explore together, right? In this market, yeah. So this is more technology topology, right? So yeah, this presents. We have the in IMS reference architecture. We can provide it generally we can provide it the interconnect role, repair as an interconnect role, and IPLOOK can act as the more control role in the high level, right? And yeah, here's why I want to highlight some advantages of our best of bit of product. Okay, first of all is transcoding. This is is very common use cases in the IMS voice use cases. We noticed that in the world 4G and 5G handsets, if they core together internally, they can use the very clear voice codec by using these two famous codec in the industry, AMR and EVS. So why they need to use this two codec? Because it's very, last slide represent very clear and very comfortable when they talk together. And if in the left hand side without transcoding, just in the let's say the Hytera provided the right in the PSTN or 2G, 3G and UC part, right? Without transcoding, that the quality is not very bad, not good. But with transcoding, it can talk very smooth. Okay. So, and usually we provided such kind of use the SBC for transcoding only in the core, but some of the time we also provided an SBC in the enterprise side. Okay. Yeah, this is we successfully win such kind of projects with these use cases with our partner IPLOOK for many cases already. Yeah, we have proven that these solutions is very competitive. So we are here. I just mentioned some of our from technical side, and we have both the hardware and software. And for the software part, we have the high capacity and the very standard products by using the two technology. One is our in our software, right? The first one is our so-called VNP, is an very sufficient code modulations, and which can make our signaling processor is very high, within a very high capacity. Okay, and also we can simulate the VDSP by using the CPU and GPU. Yeah, this is the very useful technologies that our SPC technology in our SPC to compare with the another SPC in the industry. Yeah, by using these two technology. Okay, so and we also already done a lot of cloud native project by using the NFV container, or even though we are in the next slide we are going to share some telco cloud use cases by using our SPC and other controllers. Okay, so if just now I just mentioned the simple transcoding use cases, but if you want to use in very smart and very high scale of transcoding, we can call it MRF. We can also support this by using our MRFP and MRFC, which I mentioned just now in the first slide of product portfolio. Within this one, we can work with IPLOOK to interconnect another service provider, and also we can do the very high scale transcodings, and where we can do the smart transcoding by selecting the closed media node to finish this job. Okay, yeah. So our differentiator, okay, is you can do whether in CPU transcoding and also in GPU transcoding. Okay, and also we are cloud and very standard to do the IoT. And this is the I just delete the name. This is the ranked number one US service provider, and we offer many US SPCs in the core network to do the interconnect to the another service provider and connect to the core network offered by the, let's say, IPLOOK or another. Yeah. Okay. And here I need to mention more about our interconnect and roaming. We have a big project now undergoing with IPLOOK for this very famous topic. And if we doing the interconnect to the OTT and MVNO and we so-called IPX, we can use this our SPC for that role. And also sometimes we also need the signaling, right? The RADEA. And yeah, sometimes we just use SPC is enough, but sometimes we need to provide a media gateway to connect the legacy E1 to do this interconnection, which I such kind of topology I show here. And you can see we have a very smart control. One control can control the legacy E19 and the IP side, even IP side 9. Okay. And also for the signaling in the connect part, we can one product we can connect work as the STP and the DSC. Okay, the product we so-called the DSC 8K, and also the software part of we so-called the DSC. Yeah, and also as just mentioned, we can work as the AGCF. For example, with the other service provider want to connect their assets like the CO parts and analog line. So we should use that C20, which here is from the Nortel, Node product plus and media gateway. Okay. So yeah, as mentioned, we have many case studies in the US and then international. Okay. And for the WARTI XX, we need to concentrate on the security and the scalability, right? And so in these use cases, also our SPC can work as an PCSCF role, and also we can help our partners to eliminate the barrier of when doing the handover or we so-called the CS fallback when do the 4G and 5G voice, right? Yeah. And also we are compliant with the global standard, and now more and more custom require these add-on functions a lot of intercept. So our SPC can also do that. And also I'm business service. I'm also encouraging the our transportation partners to add on this UC service to provide the residential UC service and also the business VoIP application service to the residential and the enterprise. Our UC solutions is very stable and very standard, and can also work as an IMS AS, which I show here by connecting to IPLOOK's I and CSCF, right? Yeah. And also we can provide these analytics as an accessory, right? To help the service provider to smooth the operation process, to secure their network, and also monetization from the data they capture from the IoT endpoint or any of the endpoint, right? And we can do decentralized analytics to fulfill this three part, okay? And yeah, we can monitor most of the network elements in the IMS network. And okay, here I want to show more about our path to encouraging the service providers to move their core assets to the cloud. So here have an status that the service provider what they are concerning, and they are speed expediting their process to moving to the cloud. And here I mentioned that all of our product and solutions are cloud ready and NFV and cloud native ready to put this access to the cloud. And so we win we begin to win some case studies by moving this access to the AWS cloud, and we are doing and cases with IPLOOK for moving the hardware appliance to the NFV standards. Yeah. Okay. And also I want to say something about our transportation solutions. I found that some of the partner here already very interesting to know more about our transportation solutions. Yes, we are. Our solutions is in a good ranking in the industry, and as I mentioned just now, for the 5G XOR, we have the very competitive product and solutions. We can use the Neptune, which works as an IP and MPLS solutions, to do this fun hop or make hop on Bangkok in the in the base stations to the DDU, right? So called. And also DCI, yeah. Yesterday, a partner asking about this because in Thailand, this we also encouraging the we so-called the U telco, right? The U telco to use some of the their fiber resource to do this by adding an DWDM interconnect product. Okay, we can do this. Yeah. And private 5G. Okay. Yeah. Frank, yeah, let's talk more after this this meeting. And yes, we are always focused on the some verticals, yeah, like industry and smart city. And yeah, this just needs some of the product lines. We can do the with our Neptune. We can do the OT, PTN, right? PTN, IP RAN, right? Transportation, and with our Apollo DWDM switch, we can do the DCI or rig and fiber ring in the country or in the in some of the vertical critical infrastructure segment. Okay, and our Apollo product is very good, and it's already we're not talking about the 100 gigabit. We're also talking about the 400 gigabit in the industry. Okay, so we win some very famous big names like SoftBank by using our TDM to IP migration solutions. Before they just use the very old technology SDH. This time we propose our IP migration solutions to them. I remember replacing the Huawei equipment, right? Okay. And yeah, this is another case as this for the IP transportation part. Okay, this is last topic I want to share. Service provider hosted business. This is something about the enterprise segment. Okay, but this in China we so-called ICT business, right? But yeah, I think it's very similar name in global, right? So many service providers want to explore more business to their business enterprise customer, and we also know that the well-known famous UC applications like Zoom, like Teams, like RingCentral, already many of the global enterprises already using these UC applications. Okay, so they just need to just add on our SBC, and then they can do the UC applications services and bundle their internet and SD-WAN to offer to the different enterprise customers by using the multi-tenancy method. Okay, yeah. So yeah, as just mentioned just now, these three type of user applications very getting very well known in the industry. So in this slide, we can use the our SBC to connect it to the service provider line and the UC cloud applications, and also we are doing an add-on service. This add-on service is we bundle the UC application numbers with an eSIM numbers to do the I think do the SIM ring and do the interactions together to be to be as a total solutions for this. And today I invite two of our colleagues here, and Talawi and another colleagues. Any technical questions, please go. Yeah, feel free to ask them. So yeah, the first stop we are exploring teams, but the next or the next phase we also exploring Zoom and Ring Central. Okay. Okay, this is topics I share with you with our partners, and thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ring. What an enlightened speech. Okay, now everyone can take a break for 10 minutes, and then we will come back again with the next topic and with another two speaker. Thank you.
Yes, I
Because
mute this one.
I see some noise. I hear some noise.
Hello, you hear me?
Hello everyone, welcome back to meeting room. And now let's follow the lead from Mr. Johnny Liang, Vice President and Sales Director of Junosoft, to bring you to know more about the new challenger in Boss. Please welcome.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Johnny Zhang. I'm from Junosoft. First of all, I have to thank IPLOOK and it's been honored to be invited to this Thailand summit. And I think it's a good platform and to get all the partners together and to exchange ideas, to get to know each other. And I have to say that this 2 days journey is so considerate, and I enjoyed it so much. And I think all of you feel the same. So now, I'm going to give the presentation and to introduce our company. The topic is a new challenger in BOSS, the BSS and the OSS. Okay. First, let me introduce our company. Our company is called Junosoft and is established in 2016, and it's headquartered in Nanjing. And as you know, in BOSS area, the players are not too much. The top class players include the Ericsson, Amdocs, and Netcracker, and in Chinese domestic market is Asia Info. But during these years, when we contact with our customers, we feel like that the top level customers can be satisfied by those BOSS providers, but in the lower markets, and like this more MNO and MVNO, it's difficult for them to be satisfied by those big companies because the price is high and their budget is limited. So that's why we keep thinking how to help them to build the BOSS system, to help them to do the IT transformation. So that's why we committed to bring our technologies and the industry knowledges to them, and to bring the benefits and the conveniences and the digital life to our customers. And at the same time, and we committed for ourselves to become a leading software service provider in this field, in the field of telecommunication and the IoT as well. And when we participate in the bid and the contact with our customers, and they keep asking the same questions: why we are going to choose you? Why Junosoft? Give us some reasons. We can see first is our proven capabilities. Our team has more than 20 years the experiences, and right now our company is having more than 10 overseas customers, and at this right now it's serving more than 30 million subscribers. And our biggest project is the subscribers is more than 15 million, the active users. And also our solution is full-fledged and is out of box and oriented, operation oriented, and can be cloud-based and high flexibility. And we provided the unified platform and rich service adaptability. And our trusted services, and for the small customers, they always have the concern is, if I invest, when I can launch our services, when I can get the money back. So we could provide the fast delivery and quick the launch capabilities. And also we have the strong customization capability to provide the agile reactions to the customers. And high efficiencies, reliable and B2B processes. And definitely our product is recognized by the industry, like the ETOM model, 3GPP, this standard. We can see here is the ETOM model for the BOSS system, and we can see in the ETOM model we have the strategy, infrastructure, and the product, and the operation part. What we focus on is the in operation is called FAB. All these in telecommunication area, all the project they need the FAB. What is FAB? Is fulfillment, assurance, and billing. We can see they have different layers, and our product is designed based on this model and could mapping to these definitions. This is the example, part of our product portfolios. We can see in the customer relationship management, we have the customer care, self-care, MVNO, MVNE, the mobile virtual network enablers, and order management, product management, inventory, workforce, provisioning. In convergent charging and billing, we have charging, rating, invoicing, receivable management, online collection, mediation, settlement, and also some small product. I didn't go deep down. I didn't list it here. And we can see, we call it a convergent charging and billing. It's a convergent BOSS solution. What is the convergent? You can see the convergent, we define it in 6 aspects, like the network convergent. We can consider all the fixed line mobile network together in one system to handle all. And the services as well, the voice, data, SMS, MMS, the video, IP, all these services could be handled by one system. And the customer type includes the individual, family, VPN, enterprise customer, and device as well, laptop, tablet, smartphone. Business model, it could be retail, cable, MVNE, cloud, M2M solution, the IoT, and payment as well, the prepaid, postpaid, hybrid. And we would ask why we need a convergent solution. Because the convergent solution is able to provide the operators more capabilities. With a convergent solution, the subscriber is able to reduce the time to market, TTM, time to market, to make them profit soon, to get the money back soon in a good financial flow. And also the cost for the operator, the MNO, is reduced as well, because if they have different system, the prepaid system, postpaid system, the fixed line business, mobile business, if they want to do some change, they have to change in all these systems. But with the convergent solution, just one change solve all the problems. That's why we choose the convergent solution. But with the powerful solution, not just the functional, but also the infrastructural. So our solution is defined in these are the advantages of our infrastructure. We can see it's a high availabilities because in telecommunication industry, it's how to say, the response time is very high. Sorry, the requirement of the response time is very high. So it means that the system cannot have any outbreak times. So usually we have most of the important servers like the OCS servers related to anything related to money is sensitive. So that's why most of our main servers, the database, OCS servers, we adopt a master and a standby. And also we provided the PRDR solution. This is a high availability. And second advantage is the high performance. You know, these access to those data exchange is the capability considering those millions of subscribers, the caps is high. So the how to improve the performance, usually we use the shared memories for some data needs to be acquired frequently, and some silent data we put it in the physical database, and those data we put it in the shared memory database. In this case, we could provide high performance and high load carrying. We provide some interface servers to route all those messages, and it's able to provide the distributed deployment, and we make the extension flexible. This is a high load carrying. And the last thing I would say is the high adaptation, including the multi-language, multi-internet browser, multi-currency, and multi-billing cycle. This is important for all those MNO and MVNOs. And I think that's just a brief introduction of our company and our product. I didn't go deep down, and if gentlemen, if you're interested, we could discuss after this. And so I believe that in telecommunication, in the BOS area, the player is not too much. And today, maybe the top players is Netcracker and the Amdocs, but I believe maybe one day we could be one of them and we could beat them, right? I believe the youth outshines the blues. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Mr. Jiang, to sharing your thoughts with us. And now let's welcome IPLOOK Director of Business Development in Africa, Mr. Babaga. He will make a speech for us remotely. Mr. Babaga, are you online? Okay, hello. Okay, just a moment, please. He will come in online. So he cannot come today, so we will listen his speech from online. Okay. Hello, Mr. Babaga.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. Everything's fine.
Okay. Could you please lead us to the world of hybrid converged call and begin your speech now?
Okay, please. Can you show the presentation in your side,
Okay.
please?
Just a moment, please. That about doing now the presentation. Okay, you can start now.
Okay, thank you so much, everybody. Welcome to join our Global Partner Summit this year in Bangkok. Thank you for all our partners, Linksfield, Johnny Soft, Raven, Niwa, and Havalio. Welcome to partner to us. So our presentation will be focused mainly for the benefit of the mobile core in the telecommunication industry globally. And our presentation is divided into 4 parts. The first one will be summarize the company profile.
Excuse me,
The
could you
second part,
speak louder?
yeah, you hear me
Okay.
now?
Yeah,
Better?
yeah.
Okay, so the second part will be the overview ecosystem. The third part will be the benefits of the hybrid and convergence core. And the last one will be the conclusion to see exactly how IPLOOK can support you. Okay, IPLOOK technology, we are a global leader of the end-to-end mobile solution. And over a decade professional experience in telecom, today we have more than 200 employees. Our experiences cover all the full stack of 3G, 4G, IMS core network. And we are serving right now more than 15 million subscribers around the world. And our global deployment right now is more than 500. Our existing right now is more than 10 years, and our on-site service and permanent support will be 24/7. Our global presence is worldwide, and our headquarters is based in Guangzhou right now. So we show you approximately today the product line. We're covering 3G core, 4G core, 5G core, and our deployment will be based on premise or on cloud according to the network function virtualization deployment. We have a high availability, which is scaling. Our reliability and performance is approved by all the telecommunication industry. We work and interoperable with all the it-not-be and radio vendor in the worldwide. The benefit of our solution under IPLOOK is a total convergence between 3G, 4G, 5G. On our other product line, we have the IMS, the IP Multimedia Subsystem. We have also the mission critical services, the MCX system, and the narrowband IoT core. And you see all this combining solution will make us the lead of this 4G, 5G core network. So the overview ecosystem is the 5G right now will drive investment, but the 4G will serve approximately more than 60% of the connection by 2023. That's why IPLOOK decide to keep still 4G, but to help our customer to go on their new 5G. And the 4G services will reach their peak of just under 60% of total communication. And 80% of the operator investment will be in 5G. That's why our R&D people is working permanently to make an innovation and to get customer satisfaction. The 5G connection will account for 25% of mobile internet connection. This is information from the GSMA. And the 5G phone will overtake 4G by 2022. So the 4G rollout happening in every region on the world, processing at a different speed. And the transition today to 5G has 2 models, as everybody know, is a standalone model and the non-standalone model. But IPLOOK decides to go on a hybrid model, is to combine the standalone and non-standalone, and to help the customer to keep and save this investment on 4G. And the indirect will be with 5G radio managed by a 4G core, and the direct will be with 5G radio and 5G core automatically, and it's called 5G standalone. But both model can separate silo for the 4G, 5G, and require a full map. And today, if you see the industry, the operator will pick up multi-mode core. The mobile core today become to be a multi-service hub for mobile networks. And this multi-service hub will serve as a key integration point, for the mobile network. And by supporting all the different generations, 2, 3, 4, 5G. And the 5G deployment peak speed with more networks option to deploy the multi-node core, supporting for both the NSA, the non-standalone, and the standalone part. So we will directly go on the real benefits on how IPLOOK core network will benefit you. First of all, IPLOOK is up to date regarding to the release. So as you can see in the picture, we are on a release 17 plus. So in this release 70 plus, as you can see earlier in release 16, we have the three main declination of this 5G. The first one will be on EMBB, the enhanced mobile broadband. IPLOOK is already on that. The second one will be on the massive machine type to communication, the MTC. And the third one globally is the URLLC, is a ultra reliable low latency communication. So all these three parts are the big transformation today in the world regarding to the 5G. And IPLOOK today is ready to support all these kind of things, and will go even further. Yeah, so meaning even for the 6G, IPLOOK is ready now to go on that. And the benefit of us is the certificate. We are 4G, 5G full core network elements. And our certification today covers the CMMI and the ISO 9001 certification. And we have more than 80 software copyright and more than 100 patents in the world. And we partner today with official members like the 3GPP, the GSMA, the GSA, the Open RAN Alliance, the WISP, and Telecommunication Infra Project TIP, and the CCSA organization. So you see all this certification and official member position us to be the lead. So the benefits of this 4G, 5G core will be divided into 4 big parts. The first one will be the worldwide use case. So IPLOOK has accumulated 500 commercial deployments in the last 10 years with open interface. So it's our value-added services. We are not closed interface like others. And today, if we win some big project, it's because of our open interfaces. It's 3GPP compliant, 3G, 4G, 5G core network, and could be easily integrated with the legacy network. The second one will be the tailor-made solution. IPLOOK provides all the size with scalability on pay-as-you-grow model to satisfy the various requirements of operator and enterprises. And we have our dedicated support and our permanent support, 70 by 24. The third one will be the full stack core network. It has a smooth upgrade. Now, with its open architecture, IPLOOK core network support multi-vendor, base station, CPE, and even for the backhaul. So that's why today, for getting a global interoperability with our platform is easy and approved. The last one regarding for the benefits is saving the CapEx and the OpEx. You know, with the compact deployment and virtualized deployment, we have an NFV function, the network virtualization function with our core network software is scalable, is flexible, and easy to deploy. And the most important thing also is the management will be at low cost. And today, in the industry, according to the different scenario and the existing deployment of 4G and the coming deployment with 5G, IPLOOK decides through his top management to go on the third option. And this third option today is a hybrid core. Why hybrid core? This hybrid core enable operator to retain and enable the existing infrastructure, because the investment today for the commercial aspect is very important to communicate with the implementation. We continue to use the legacy system is especially important when they are still functioning properly and when they are not depreciated and when the 5G equivalent is not yet available. So you get today our understanding, so why we decide to go on the third option in this telecommunication industry. This hybrid core also ensure 4G and 5G can work together correctly and smoothly, and provide the combined legacy and 5G network function in a compatible 5G convergent software solution. So I will tell you today why the transition without the hybrid core will block your strategy and your deployment. Because the operators will face a hard cutover. This is the one point. The second one is the left to the fence for themselves to enable the integration. The third one will be the long-term parallel investment in legacy network is not easy by the finance department. And the few infrastructure vendors also focus on the multipurpose converged core network functions. This hybrid core requires convergent software solution. The typical drawback of traditional legacy function. You will understand why this drawback will block without hybrid core. The design for the single function is a blocking point. The hardware, originally designed, has a hardware appliance. The static and hardcore use case is a blocking point, and also the limit of expansion. And with the hallmark of the convergent solution of IPLOOK, first, we have a convergent design. We have inherent multipurpose capabilities. We have a software design built from the ground up, the configurable use case, the software architected by design experimental, and also our cloud-based and open-ended development horizon. This is the 5 points the hybrid core required for converged solution software. So still the key benefit of IPLOOK core, it helps you to make, as I told you earlier, with the MVNO, the lower capex and the OPEX, because IPLOOK is serving for both MVNO, MNO, ISPs, and all the enterprise customers. For the MVNO, we will help to make the low capex and OPEX on that. IPLOOK also, the benefit is the multi-vendor eNode we supported. We support all the eNode we vendor in the industry, and also the multi-charging model. I mean the radius, the OCS, and the quadruplet CG. The benefits for the industrial environment, as you know, the industrial environment has a very important aspect in this 5G, because you must know 5G is not only a standard for mobile communication. No, 5G is mainly a society communication in worldwide efficiently. That's why in the industrial environment, IPLOOK help you to get better customization capability with rich industrial network experience. Another benefit is the high quality network services with long latency transmission. You know the difference between 4G, 5G, according to the standardization by the ITU, International Telecommunication Union, they define 8 KPI mainly, and one of them mainly is the latency. That's why the high quality network services with long latency transmission environment is done by IPLOOK. The swift rollout of the new built 4G network. We have also a redundancy solution in our deployments, the 1+1 standby mode with resource sharing. We have also the benefit for the NB-IoT. You know, today the telecommunication industry is using IoT. But in IPLOOK, in IoT, we have two things. You know, as I told you, the massive type communication, this massive type communication has two big items. The first one is the LTEM for the machine and the NB-IoT. And IPLOOK is already positioned on that and will help the saving capex of this solution with a light InnoD. Or sometimes a co-convergent LTE and IoT together is very important. The benefit of transitioning with the convergent solution of IPLOOK is the product life cycle extension, the reduced license costs, the common software deployment model, the reduction of integration points, the unified operation, and the single customer view. So as I repeat again, IPLOOK summarize the benefit of the transitioning with the convergent solution on 6 points. The first one will be the product lifecycle expansion, the reduced license cost, the common software deployment, the reduction of integration point, the unified operation, and the configuration, normalize the view of all signaling traffic across our single customer view. This is the main benefits. An operator will either outsource to the single vendor or need an army of engineers to integrate that. The open source hardware and software is the focus on that. So the conclusion, the last part of this is we make the coexistence of access technology. It makes economical sense to retain and upgrade the legacy system. Our hybrid core is next to the standalone and non-standalone today. It requires a convergent multi-purpose network, function and solution. Our hybrid core doesn't stop with 5G, no. You must understand, all of us, IPLOOK is equally important for the transition to 6G and beyond. It's not tomorrow, but it's from now. And a true convergent software architecture enabled a platform focusing the new product development innovation, making at future-proof investments. And the last is the hybrid core of IPLOOK network, and so operator to not have the build and maintain separate silo for 4G and 5G. No, they don't have to switch from a 4G and a 5G manually, no, but the combining to 4G, 5G. That's why we define a third orientation of our company in define the hybrid convergent core. Thank you for your attending. If any question, we are quite willing to answer you. Thank you so much for your patience.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your useful information.
You are welcome.
Thank you. Okay. Have a nice day. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now we have reached to the end of our event now. So these 2 days we explore the market, discuss the future, and strengthen our bonds. All this would have not been possible without the presence of you all. This 2-day journey is meaningful because this is a bold step we take. Thank you all very much for coming here and sharing your valuable thoughts. Look forward to the next IPLOOK Global Partner Summit next time. And please don't forget to check out your room on 1 p.m. And this summit gonna be end before 12:50, so you have time to prepare yourself. And now let's take a group photo together. Yeah, on the back of our meeting room. Yeah, before in front of the banner. Yeah, let's go. Everyone, please take a group photo together because